With the second, oh wait, hold on.
With the second pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, BYU.
What's going on? Zach Wilson is the quarterback of the New York Jets, and you should be excited. I am absolutely amped up. They took him with the second overall pick, and let's jump right into the video because in 2020, he put up some good numbers, and he was a riser in this draft class. Why? Well, 73.5 completion percentage, 3,692 yards. He had a YPA, yards per attempt, of 11, meaning he got the ball down the field a lot, which is a good thing, something the Jets offense hasn't done in forever. And he had 33 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Now, there are a ton of reasons to be positive about this guy and why he is such a good prospect and someone who is going to go in the top 3 regardless. If the Jets didn't take him at 2, he would have been the pick for San Francisco at 3. His arm angles. Yes, I think it's unfair to compare him to Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers because they're two of the best quarterbacks and most athletic and talented quarterbacks that I've ever seen play the position, and that most people who've ever watched the sport have played the position. So I think that comparison's a little bit too lofty, but you see the traits or why people say that is because of all the different arm angles he can throw from and how there's basically no throw on the field he can't make because of that. We talked about the YPA just a second ago. He gets the ball down the field and with some accuracy. I mean, on his pro day, we saw that throw where he rolled left and threw way deep down the field, like 50, 60 yards. It's impressive stuff. It really is. But at the end of the day, like, one of the reasons why you should be excited about him is because the offense isn't going to be dink and dunk. One of Sam Darnold's strengths was not getting the ball down the field. So this is going to be a little bit different than Sam, and why Wilson's a better prospect all around than Sam Darnold, because he's able to get the ball down the field and with accuracy, which is going to open up a lane in this Jets offense that they haven't had in years. Wilson also has some really good football instincts, and what I mean by that is he has good anticipation. He knows what's going on the field, and he's a film junkie. Way too often, people like to play this narrative that he's just a spoiled rich kid. Yeah, his uncle owns JetBlue. He's not a spoiled rich kid. If you listen to my interview that I did months ago with Jay Drew, who covers BYU football out in Salt Lake City, Utah, you would have known that. He drives around a beat-up Mazda 6 on campus there, and he was driving that Mazda 6 delivering food on Mother's Day as like a Uber driver or a DoorDash, whatever it was. I don't remember the company. That doesn't matter. The point is, he was delivering food on Mother's Day so he can go out and pay for his quarterback camp or his trip to California to see his quarterback coach. Like, that tells you all you need to know about this kid in my eyes. And also, he's a good runner. I mean, he's not Justin Fields or Trey Lance, or maybe even not Trevor Lawrence either. But he is definitely someone who can handle rolling out, making throws from all over the field, both right and left. He can run RPOs. He can run. He needs to learn how to slide a little bit more, which, again, I think is something that he can learn at the next level. But another reason to be excited about his game is that extra element that's added with the running threat. A couple of cons, because no prospect is perfect. He's a touch on the smaller size in some people's eyes. He's 6'2", 210. And while maybe that's not as small as some people thought he would be closer to 6 flat. And yeah, quarterbacks have had success around that height. He's not your prototypical, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", in that range, and 220, 230 in that range. So he could probably put on a little bit more mass at 6'2", maybe get that number up to 215, 220. But he's a touch on the slender side, which I'm not 100% concerned about, to be quite honest with you. Now, he did have shoulder surgery in his career at BYU. That was in his second season. The reason why I'm not as concerned as I am about injury like guys like Caleb Farley is because it's not happening right now. It's something that happened in the past over a year ago, and he bounced back and had a really good season. And it's something that the doctors seem to think that is going to be okay going forward and not necessarily something that could be re-aggravated. So it seems like the solution is fixed. And let's not pretend like the quarterback the Jets just had didn't have injury history, because he missed 3 games in 2018, missed 3 games in 2019, and missed 4 games in 2020. So they need a quarterback who can play, and Zach Wilson should be fine in that regard. Last thing for me is, at times he can trust his arm a little bit too much and try to force throws, which I think early in his career, maybe as a rookie, he might get into trouble a little bit making mistakes, but I'd rather him get that out of the way as a rookie, and then in year 2 that in year 3, you have that development where those throws become less and less. Darnold, unfortunately, never got away from that. I think part of it is because he was panicky with the offensive line, and just Gase and Dowell are not good coaches, where he has, Wilson that is, has a much better chance of success, which is what I wanted to close with my final thoughts. This is not the Sam Darnold situation. The Jets had to give up 3 second-round picks to move up from 6 to 3 in order to get their quarterback. So the roster that was built around Sam Darnold was never anywhere close to the roster that Zach Wilson has right now. Sure, as we stand today, the offensive line isn't perfect for Zach Wilson, but it's much better than what Sam has ever had, and they're going to continue to add to that offensive line. The weapons are already better. Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole. That's a really good top 4 receivers right there. So, yeah, I think ultimately, like, if you came in here and said, oh, he has no shot because of the roster that he's dealing with, this isn't the same 2018. This is not, Mike Maccagnan going out and drafting a defensive tackle from a Division II school after trading up to take a quarterback who's 21 years old, or 20 at the time. That's not the same thing. Joe Douglas is going to do a better job of building this team. The coaching staff is significantly better than Todd Bowles' crew and Adam Gase's crew, so it's not the same. So yes, you can be excited about this pick. Let's go. The New York Jets have their quarterback. I'm rocking the Wilson shirt already. Like the video, give a subscribe if you're new, comment your thoughts. I'm Matt O'Leary. Head back to the Jets Talk 24/7 stream, and I'll talk to you next time.